Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to another meaningful and insightful discussion. Today
Walaikum assalam.
we are going to talk about a skill that is becoming more important than ever in our personal, academic, professional lives. Creative thinking and effective problem solving. Every day we face problems. Some problems are simple, while others require us to think differently, look at situation from new perspective, and find solutions that may not be obvious at first. But an important question is creativity something we are born with, or can we actually develop it? And when we face a difficult problem, how can we move beyond confusion, stress, or fear and approach it with a clear and creative mind? To explore these questions, I am going to have a very interesting discussion today with Dr. Sara Khan. Dr. Sara Khan, welcome in this discussion.
Thank you, Iram. It's great to be here with you.
Uh, doc-
Creativity is both,
okay, okay.
go ahead. Creativity is, to some extent, something we all have the capacity for. And yes, it can be nurtured through practice and by exposing ourselves to different perspectives. When you're facing confusion or stress, one simple approach is to pause and zoom out. Instead of rushing for answers, ask, what's the real problem here? Then look at it from different angles. Imagine how someone else might see it. A child, for example, or an artist. That shift often opens up creative pathways. So, creativity isn't some magical gift for a lucky few, it's a skill set we can strengthen.
Hmm. Beautiful starting point, Dr. Sarah Khan. I want to ask a basic question that what exactly is creative thinking and how is it different from ordinary or traditional thinking?
Right. Creative thinking is the ability to generate new ideas, to combine old ideas in novel ways. Traditional thinking usually follows established rules and known solutions. Creative thinking says, hold on, what if we break the pattern? What if we reframe the question? So it's not random imagination, it's imagination guided towards useful outcomes. Ordinary thinking tends to look at what's correct, while creative thinking asks what's possible. That's why creative problem solving feels different. It allows curiosity, it allows even mistakes as stepping stones towards something more effective.
Exactly. Okay, many people believe that creativity is a natural talent and that some are simple born creative. Is that really true, or can creativity be developed through practice and learning?
Great question. So there is a myth that creativity is this inborn talent, but you've probably already guessed that practice and actually it can be developed. Think of it like a muscle. If you exercise it, it gets stronger. And if you avoid using it, it weakens. Like that old saying, use it or lose it. Activities like brainstorming, journaling, or even deliberately switching between fields of knowledge can train your mind to make new connections.
Very
So,
relatable examples, Dr. Sara Khan. We often think of creativity as something related to art, writing, or design. How does creative thinking actually help us solve real life problems, especially in education, technology, and workplace?
good point. Creativity isn't just for artists. In education, creative thinking helps teachers design lessons that actually engage students instead of just rote memorization. In technology, it's what drives user friendly designs instead
Hmm.
of confusing ones. And in the workplace, it helps tools adapt when old solutions don't work anymore. For instance, in a company struggling with customer complaints, a creative approach might reframe the problem as how could we make the customer's journey easier rather than just how do we fix this complaint. So it's problem solving, but more human centered, more adaptable, and usually more innovative. It leads to solutions people might not have thought of before.
Um, Okay, sometimes we have ideas, but we are afraid to express them because we think they might be wrong or people might criticize us. What are the biggest barriers that stop people from thinking creatively?
Yeah, that's very common. Fear of criticism, want to fit in or not rock the boat. It can shut ideas down before they even get out. Other barriers include rigid routines, too much pressure to be right, over reliance on old methods, and honestly, sometimes plain old exhaustion. When people are tired or overwhelmed, creativity feels like a luxury. The good news, once you spot those barriers, you can loosen them. Start small. Try one tiny change to your routine, one new perspective to consider. Give yourself permission to experiment without having to be the perfect first time. Creativity usually grows in safe spaces where mistakes are treated as learning, not failure.
Okay, how can failure actually contribute to creative thinking and better problem solving?
That's a really good one. So, failure is feedback, not a verdict. When something doesn't work, it shows you what doesn't work, which narrows down what might work. Creative people treat failures as experiments, data points. Each one teaches something new. Instead of thinking, I failed, you shift to something like, what did that show me? Maybe the timing was off. Maybe the assumptions behind it were wrong. That mindset turns dead ends into stepping stones toward better ideas.
Okay, I want to ask a very important question related to technology. Today, we have artificial intelligence, automation, and many digital tools that can generate ideas and solutions. Does technology make people more creative, or can it sometimes make us dependent on technology and reduce our own thinking ability?
That's such a relevant question right now. It can do both. So, technology can amplify creativity by giving quick access to information, automating routine tasks, generating options you might not have thought of. But if you lean too heavily on it, yeah, it can make people passive, clicking auto suggest instead of wrestling with ideas themselves. So the trick is treat tech like a partner, not a crutch. Use it to expand your viewpoint, but keep your critical eye on it. Ask why a generated idea makes sense or not. Mix machine efficiency with human judgment, empathy, context, values. That's where real creativity shines through.
Hmm. Okay, another important question: how can teachers create a classroom environment that encourages creativity, curiosity, experimentation, and problem solving?
That's such a valuable question. Teachers can create space for curiosity by allowing questions just as much as answers and celebrating thoughtful mistakes as learning moments. Giving open ended tasks rather than just a single correct answer. So things like projects, debates, or designing something real, giving safe conditions for students to disagree respectfully, explore multiple ways to tackle a problem, and even bringing in cross disciplinary examples, like showing how music connects with math. When students feel their ideas are welcome, not just judged, you unlock that natural creative spark.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Sara Khan, for sharing these valuable insights. Today's discussion reminds us that creative thinking is not simply about having unusual ideas, it is about looking at challenges from new perspectives and finding meaningful solutions. So keep questioning, keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Thank you everyone for joining us. Keep learning, keep thinking, keep creating, and keep solving. Allah Hafiz.
Yeah, thanks, Iram. That was a